Oh, cool. Yeah, well, I don't think my dog wants to drive a car. They want to find some meat. Okay, unboxing a brand new tool from Acme. So I will start this off with. Oh, wow. The winter catalog. Awesome. It's always nice having a new catalog to read. Okay. Okay. This came out about a year ago, not quite. The Skill, it's a multi-head drill. You know, you can't even get this at Lowe's. It's not even on their website. I don't know why. But I got it on sale from Acme. It's the only reason why I bought it. And then I'll have a multi-head drill. I'll have this. I'll have the Bosch multi-head drill, the DeWalt, and of course I have my Fine and the Metabo German. So, okay, let's open this up. Okay, the stats on this drill. Okay. Strip LED work light. Digital brushless motor, 450 inch-pounds. Two-way rapid charging. You also charge your phone with the battery. And I can do one thing not many people know about. I can get adapters to be able to run Milwaukee batteries. So let's give all the stats on this. Okay, multi-head drill driver, soft bag, 3/8 keyless chuck attachment, 2 amp hour USB battery, 45-watt charger. Speed 0 to 500 and then 0 to 1800. Plus setting 17 plus 1. Okay. Comes in a nice case. Here it is. Kind of tiny, which is nice. I think it's smaller than my Bosch. Okay. Here's the battery. Of course, down to 1 bar. You can also charge your cell phone on it. And here's the brick for charging up the battery. But I got better. I have a real charger here. So here's all the heads. It's your right angle. Acts just like a impact driver. Getting in the tight spots. And your drill attachment, which is plastic. Okay. Now, let's see what's in here. Let's put the book in here. Let's just charge up the battery. We'll get back to this shortly. Okay. Let's move on to other stuff. Okay. This Harbor Freight Hercules. You know, this is their drill driver. You can go to Harbor Freight and buy this in a kit, probably with a 2-amp battery and a charger for less than $100. Well, this is a 12-amp 21/700 cell battery. So the battery alone is about $125. If you throw a charger in, a drill in, you're probably looking at $250. Okay. This has 1,200 inch-pounds. It does 550 RPM in first and 2,000 in second. Okay. This, Metabo, HPT DB18DC. This came out a little more than a year ago. So this has 1,250 inch-pounds, 500 RPMs in first, 2,000 in second, and this is a T-cell battery. Lost 1 bar. So tabless battery here. These two are going to face off. Let me get some different fasteners to run here, not just run these. We're going to get onto these shortly and then run this. So let's run something else in the meantime and let's see what people are saying. Let's make sure I'm still online. Yes, I am. Oh, it's your birthday. Okay, happy birthday to you. So how's it going, guys? I don't know where everybody's from, but right now here in Illinois, United States, it's almost 70 degrees today. Tomorrow, don't worry, it's only going to be 45. We're having Indian summer here. Let me come up with some different fasteners. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know what I need. Okay. Let's run some T50. Okay. These drills are awful close. I've been doing some testing the past week on them. It's just that you buy this over at Harbor Freight, you order this at Acme, and maybe you can get it on Amazon. Not even Lowe's carries this drill. Not that I know of. It's not on their website. Okay. Let us speed 2. Okay. Came out of the chuck. Ain't I surprised? Okay, let's run another one. Let's run the Metabo. Run another one. Okay, let's run this one. Let's switch back. Okay. These are all in speed 2. In order to do drilling, I have to put another piece of wood up here. Let's run all these. Never ending supply of these for a while. There's 2 more. Okay. That's the end of those. Everything else in there is too small. Okay. Now let's do something different. We all saw how that did it. I got a cheap Bauer drill here. At Harbor Freight. You know, this is a line lower than the Hercules. Okay? Now, let's see if I could even run the battery. I doubt it. Because I got to drain the cell in order to be able to run it. No. Too much battery power on this. In order to be able to run the flex batteries with an adapter on the Bauer tool, you got to run the cells down to the last two. And this has still got 3 cells left. So that ain't happening. The trick to doing this, we're going to pull this out. Got to take this battery off, otherwise this adapter off, otherwise it's going to drain the battery. Okay. We'll have to drain this battery a little bit. Okay. Let us now remove all this. Okay. Let's make sure we got it in nice and tight. Let's start here. Speed 2. Remove 2 more. One more. Go back to the Metabo 18 volt. They do make a 36 volt one too. I have that too. Not removing these. These are set to keep the plywood together. Okay. Now let's try to wear that flex battery down a little bit. Okay. Here we go. DeWalt DCF 860, their high torque impact driver. Big rubber band to hold the battery adapter on. Crazy fast. As long as it stays on there. That is crazy fast. This makes the quick eject seem slow. I sold mine anyhow. You gotta find out when the point where this battery's down far enough to run it on the bow. Might be down far enough. No, back to 3 bars still. Okay. Let's see what people are talking about. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Okay. You get a glove. I think that's the big one I wasn't supposed to remove. Oh well. As long as I leave one in. I want to strip these. Okay. We're doing good. Let's see if it'll run yet. Warm it up a little bit. Still not yet. Okay. Okay. Let's quit using the 860. Let us even though that might almost fit. Okay. Atomic 921, compact impact range. Okay. Let's keep going with this. I just got to get an adapter. Okay. Show you how the difference in speed that compared to the 860, this Atomic 921 impact wrench compact is much slower. I would love to take this 860 impact driver and put a 3/8 anvil in it and turn it into an impact wrench, but I'd have to go online and see if there's a 3/8 anvil that'll fit this. Okay. How am I doing this? Let's see here. Okay. I wouldn't recommend running 24 volts on 20 volt power tools. Okay. Comes off. It just got a hard ring. Okay, it's down to 2 bars. Let's see if it stays there. Nope, back to 3. Okay. Well, let's remove these. Let's see if people are saying. Sounds like it is. It looks like it is. What's going on? How many people here we got? I'm not making anything. Making a mess. Okay. Now let's remove these. Actually, let's see this. Let's not. Okay. Okay. This adapter comes off pretty easy. The one for the Bauer. Probably the same manufacturer, but the tolerance on this must be not as good. So, battery's got too much strength too. So right now, put this over here. Okay. Let's break out that new drill that I got. I am going to get an adapter for the Skill power tools of mine. I just got this. I still have their Halo Light impact driver that's a couple years old. I have that. I have their mid-torque impact wrench, which looks like a high torque. And I also have their 40-volt dual battery rear handle circ saw. So I sold all my other Skill batteries with the Gen 1 impact driver. But I want to get the adapter so I can run forged batteries, because Milwaukee makes way better batteries than Skill does. Okay, let's try running that. Okay. Let's see here. See if I can remove any of these. Let's get the battery. Granted, it's a little 2 amp hour. It's fully charged already because I got the dual battery charger when I got the Skill saw, you know, the rear handle 40 volt. Okay. Let's see. Speed 2. Anyway. Manual. Nope. Okay. Speed 1. Wow. Okay, that one's in there. I don't think this says anti-kickback. Nope. Leave that there. See how many cells dropped. Dropped the whole cell already. It's a 2 amp hour. What do you expect? What do you expect? Yeah, we can remove this one. Okay. This is starting to warm up, even though can't feel it, but I'm sure it's starting to warm up a little. Okay, let me see what I can do with this. We know this can't do big. We already saw can't remove those. So let us let's get the other piece up here and let's try some drilling with the two main protagonists, the Harbor Freight Hercules versus the Metabo HPT 18 volt. Okay. Okay. Now let's move down here. I don't think this is going anywhere. Yeah, I don't know. It might. It might. Let me see. Okay. I know what I'm going to have to do. I have a little bit harder of a time going somewhere now. Even though this wood's fairly easy to drill into. Let me put the clamp on the back of it. Or maybe adjust this again. I'll get it. Let me get it. Come on, move. There, Lisa wants to see you. Oh, yeah. Come on, move. Move. Okay, I have to readjust this for safety concerns. Okay. Forgot what I was doing. Okay. Okay. Now, let's move it back into place. Now, my best bet. Okay, I don't think that's going anywhere. No, it's not a baking rack. That's a shoe rack. That's a shoe rack. Yeah, I wish it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shoe rack. I wish it was a baking rack. I tell you. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that's a shoe rack. Yeah. Okay, here. Yeah. Okay, let me get the bit. That gives me an idea now. I got a shoe rack right now. Baking rack might be a little bit stronger. Okay. Okay. Let me get some safety glasses. Okay, let's see what this can do. This is a 7/16, you know, for putting in lineman stuff and 7/16. I doubt it'll do speed too, but let's try. I didn't think so. Wow. I think it's safer to drill into here. Yeah, not into there. That's moving too much. And we can get rid of this then. Okay. Let's get rid of it. There we go, 7/16. I got so much 7/16 stuff now. I have a drill. I had the new 937 lineman. I have the new Bosch right angle. I'm thinking about buying the brand new Harbor Freight Hercules 7/16 lineman impact wrench. It's supposed to be coming out very shortly. They showed it over at SEMA, but they didn't actually show it. They didn't talk about it. Okay. Let's try speed 2. Okay. Like I say, I really wish they would have shown it a little more than the other tools. They have what, the new impact driver redesigned, the new 12-volt impact driver, the mid-torque, the compact, and the ratchets. And they say they're all going to be coming out in the spring. I know Harbor Freight, they say spring, summer. But I guess they did show that new lineman impact wrench a year ago. So I guess it is coming out. Okay. Now let's see what the Metabo 18-volt can do with the T-cell. Wow, it went through a lot faster. I wonder why. So let's try it here. That's reverse. Would help to go forward. I do believe this has a little more oomph than the Hercules has. Actually, the Hercules handle is getting kind of warm. I wonder why. Even though this battery is bigger. But these are awful close. I mean, this has 1,250 inch-pounds. This has 1,200 inch-pounds. This has 500 RPMs in low, 550 in low. They both have 2,000 in high. This has T-cell, tablets, and this is the most powerful battery they make right now. So now I guess we can move on to something else. Actually, something else with these again. Let me get rid of that hunk of wood, or I'll just let it stay there. Okay, let's take this off. It's the only time this bit ever works now is in softwood. For some reason, I can't seem to get this sharp enough to work in hardwood anymore. It works in OSB and something like that. But I'm definitely digging running 7/16 stuff because these don't snap. I haven't snapped one yet. I'm sure I'll snap one sooner or later. That's why I have to buy more of the 7/16 stuff. But the best way to get this through Acme, not by itself. Get it with the socket set. They usually come in, I can find them. They usually come in twos like this. This is 3/8 and 1/2 inch. This is the only way to get this. The cheapest from Acme is this is a set. Don't try to buy these adapters by themselves. Get it in the set. I haven't snapped one of these yet, and I only got 2 of them. If I'll snap it, I'll show it on YouTube when I do it, but I got 2 of these. I've already gone through way too many compact, 1/4 inch stuff. Forget it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money. I probably spent 300 hours on 1/4 inch stuff when I should have just got 7/16s. Okay. Let's drive some bigger lags. At least one bigger one right now. If I can find out where I put them. Here they are. Okay. I think these drills are awful close. Even though this will outlast that Harbor Freight. We all know that. I have problems with this unit. Every now and then it'll act up, but they won't take it back. They claim it's not underneath warranty anymore. And I guess they didn't really start their full warranty on those until they've had them out for a while. I refuse to buy another one. Because you got to figure they're probably going to redesign this drill next year, so it puts out at least what the old Milwaukee put out, 1,400 inch-pounds. I'm sure they're working on it. And I hope those batteries, they got a 2 amp, a 4 amp, a 5 amp. I hope those are tablets, even though they say they're not. But I definitely want to get that. This chuck even acts up. I definitely want to get that new lineman impact wrench from Harbor Freight to Hercules. It's probably based on the old Milwaukee that's been around about 6 years. There's actually a guy on Facebook Marketplace selling one. It looks like it's almost brand new. He's hardly used it. He's got the lineman 7/16. It's been around I think 5 or 6 years. I'll have to go take a look at it, but he's got it and all the 7/16 I'd ever want. If I can just get him down in price a little bit, that would be nice. Okay, let's see here. Let's try speed 2. Let me move this back over again. This is too dangerous. Let's put it on this end. Okay. Speed 2 on this. Let's see what the battery's at. Still fully charged. I purposely bought this battery, used it in their rear handle circ saw. That's what I wanted it for. And I ended up selling my 4 amp 21700 cell and my 8 amp 21700 cell when I sold it to a mechanic with the 1/2 inch Ultra Torque 2 that I didn't want because I have the 3/4 inch version of the Ultra Torque 2, which to me has way more power. In fact, I only have 1/2 inch high torque impact wrench left. That's 2967. Everything else is 3/4 inch. Okay. Let's put it here. That's as far as that goes in speed 2. Okay. Let us let's see how far we can. Like I only have one of those. Let's take it out. And let's use. Well, no, that won't work. I got an idea what we use. I can find out where it is. Okay. We all see how far down that did go. Let's measure. Let's see if it's about 6 3/4 to the top. Let's remove it with a slightly modified 860. Slightly modified with a flex pad. Slightly. Okay. Now, let's put this down here. The handle on this Hercules is awful warm. That's not a good sign. Here, not even warmed up. Turn that in speed 2. I was in speed 2 on the Hercules. It's about 7 inches to there too. Okay, back to the slightly modified 860. Let's see this do this. Let's move this drill. These impact drivers, they vibrate so much. You have to hold the battery on. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Let's see if it goes back to just 2 cells. These stacked lithium batteries are awesome. Okay. Went back to 3. It takes a lot to drop these batteries, I'll tell you that. A lot more than that test. Even though I have depleted that little 2 amp hour stacked lithium, putting it on the what was that, inline circ saw. Okay. Now, let us do this. This speed 1. This is warmed up a little bit. Now let's see if I can even remove it. Okay. Now let's try it speed 1. In the Metabo 18 volt. And does this come with anti-rotation? Let's see. I think it does have it in it somewhere. The 36 seems to kick in a little bit better. Okay. Starting to get hot. Now, let us try something crazy. And we'll finish this up. Okay. Let me get the adapter for the new skill that I just got. So I don't have too many more to go of these multi-functional drills. The only thing I got left now to buy would be the overly priced fest tool. And that's overly priced. I don't know if this will even fit in here. We'll soon see. But I got to get the battery adapters so I could run all my skill tools on Milwaukee batteries. Skill batteries are a waste of time. I wish they'd come up with some good batteries since Flex makes them. Okay. Now let me see. I don't know if this will even fit. Nope, it won't fit. It won't even fit. This is only a 3/8. Bummer. Now I could try it with a regular one. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, you always look for a 1/2 inch to run. Sockets you never seem to find. Here's one. Okay, here we go. I'd rather doubt this though. I'd rather doubt this drill will even run it. Yeah. Speed 1. That don't sound good. I ain't going any further on that. This is only 450 inch-pounds. You're not supposed to run this big of a leg with this small of a drill. But this is nice because of all the heads it has. That one. All these. Comes in that nice case too. Got it on sale at Acme for $150 shipped to my house. Okay. Not run this big, that's overkill. Let's run something a little bit smaller. See if I can run this. Have it in there. Okay. Now that's already at its limit right there, especially with this setup. Okay, let's try to remove it. Let's run it this way. It's magnetic only. This is absolutely the limit of this drill. That's it. I wouldn't go any bigger than this, and this is just OSP. I wouldn't even go half this size. But this is small compared to, let me go get my other drills. This is small. That's only magnetic. Let me go get my other ones. Yeah, look at that. Compared to the first gen Flexi Click. Look at the size difference. It looks like it's about 2/3 the size. Of course, this has what 535 inch-pounds. That's why they call 535. And this only has 450. Look how small this is. And this actually has 17. And this has 20 on the clutch. Yeah, look how tiny that is. It's even smaller yet. It's too bad all these adapters don't fit, you know? And now I'm going to go break out the DeWalt. Now here's the DeWalt. I can get a battery for it. am I doing that for? Let me just put it on. I gotta find out right here. Just put it on the battery. Does work on a flex battery, the 803. Okay. Kind of overkill with this little tool, but I mean, look at the size difference in the heads on them. But the DeWalt is even shorter without any attachments even than the Skill. The first gen Flexi Click is the longest, but the Skill is the smallest. But you can't run any of the accessories on back and forth on these tools. Nothing fits. So this is the strongest one out of the bunch. And here's the weakest one. But look how small it is. Can't beat the size. $150. It just needs Milwaukee battery power. And like I say, flex battery. I wonder how far this would do it. Let's just try it once. Okay. Let me see here. Just put it in here. Speed 2, 6 amp stacked lithium. Wow, that didn't sound good. Hey, let's not do that again. Let's not do that again. But it did it. Actually sounded like it was almost in between gears. Let's remove it. Okay. I got to hold this battery on. Let's try it. I wouldn't recommend doing this too often. That's a lot of stacked lithium going through. Well, actually, what? Reality, these DeWalt puts out 20, and then as you use it, it only puts out 18, but Flex puts out 24 and probably puts out 23. So it's not that much of a game, but I wouldn't recommend doing it, especially with a tool this new. I mean, I don't mind trying to wipe out my my 921. I've had it for, what, 3 years now? No big deal. You know, I got to figure out where I got that. Okay, where is it? Let's start putting stuff away here. Actually, I already got a socket right here. Okay, where's that at? Where did I put it? What a mess. It's always a mess. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see what the battery's down to. Let's see if it stays on 2 cells. I doubt it. What do you know? It's on 2 cells. Now, let's see if we can even do this. See what I mean? I know all about these power tools. You have to get the stacked lithium battery from Flex down to a certain power. It's half power. You can run them on power tools. If they will not take the full battery at all of its charge. Something in the circuitry says no, but when they're down to just half of that, it runs. Now let me do a quick demo with this. I found that out a while back. You can't think you can run that all the way because it just can't take the full battery. You can take half the battery. For some reason, it can't take the full battery. I've even used it on my SDS drill that I got for $35 a year ago. I think I even used it on the high torque that I sold. Okay, now. Let me move all these tools out of the way. Put all this back, at least over here. You gotta know some tricks. Okay, now it croaked. Okay. I doubt it. It died. Sometimes you have to do this. That's in speed too. Let's go speed 1. Ha! That came out the back. Let's try it closer so I can hold on to it better. Wow. Battery came loose. We now have a bow flex. The battery costs what? $200 and the drill's $50. So the battery's 4 times as much money, but you got to drop a couple cells on it to use it. So anybody wants to know how to do it, I just told you how to do it now. I don't think anybody's going to want to do it anyhow. Unless you have a power tool and a flex battery and you have to work and get the job done. Other than that, I wouldn't want to do it all day. You got to figure out a way to get it to stay on here. But it works. 24 volts of stacked lithium running through a cheap power drill. And by the way, I got this drill warranted for a long time. If it ever does fart out, I'll bring it back and have them give me another one. As long as they don't watch my YouTube channel. They say, you burned it up with another battery. Yep. Crazy. It just can't take the full charge of the battery. So that's fun. Okay, guys, I got stuff to do. So, okay, guys, I've been on long enough here. I got a few things to do. I'll go back online next week and I'll release more videos against the Harbor Freight Hercules versus the Metabo 18 volt. I think they're still awful close. So Eric the Brittle Tool Guy signing off.